Hi, this is Dradog again, and as I mentioned in an earlier video, I wanted to do a comparison between the UltraSabers color pack and another option which was mentioned on the UltraSabers forum, which is these leaf filters. And there's a couple of different books you can get. I just got the one's designer's edition, and this is a sample book you can see. And this cost me all of about $4 or $5 to get all these filters. And the idea is I had Adegan cut some of these out, and using the discs from the other from the UltraSabers, cut out the right size, and then we get these. And so for about the same price as this from UltraSabers, we got all these. Now the interesting thing is, and I'm interested to play with this, is there's some silver ones, and it's been pointed out that in my great cane experiment that I might want to put some reflection in the tip of the cane to get some better color, and that might be an interesting option. So definitely gonna play with that. But in the meantime, I wanted to show kind of an idea of what the differences were. And so I had Adegan and her sister cut out some colors. That's blue. These are some greens that we'll make. Those are kind of red and orange. But you can see here we have a purple. We have a couple colors of red, a yellow, and then a few blues. And so we'll kind of do a mix of all of them. So we're gonna be turning the lights kind of on and off a lot so you can see the difference. But let's start with the straight up UltraSabers blue. And we'll put the blade in, and we'll turn off the light. And hopefully you can see on the color on the paper, it's a very pale blue. It's definitely a blue, but it's kind of a pale blue. So we'll take that out, and then we will we'll drop that color out. We'll throw in another blue. This is another UltraSabers blue. You can hear it kind of rattling around. And now we're really pale. We're still really pale. I mean, this is almost all white. Okay, so next we'll put both blues in to try to get the maximum blueness we can. And again, we're just using UltraSabers colors here. We're still blue. It's a slightly darker blue, but not by very much. And I would definitely say that it's the color itself is a lot dimmer. So we're gonna drop those out. And again, there's the white, so for comparison. And then what we'll do is we'll put in one of the filters. So we'll just grab one of the filters here, and we'll put it in. Now the thing with the filters is they're just pieces of paper. They're pretty thin, but which makes them kind of hard to work with. But you can see already that that's actually a darker blue. Definitely more blue out of that. And again, we're getting this. It's really hard to get this on the tube, but you see it on the paper. The blue is a lot richer. It's not a super dark blue. It's not a blue that you get straight from blue LED, but it's definitely better. And again, that's where you kind of see the disadvantage of the leaf filters is they can be hard to kind of get out. So we'll do another blue and stick it down and get it in there. And again, we're actually a lot more blue in the saber now. So this is a nice, strong, light blue. And we'll do the last blue, which is a lighter blue. If I can get it up with my fingers. Oh, nope, it's gonna go flying across the table. These things make great flashlights. Let's take it down to the bottom. And this is actually is a lot similar to what we're getting from the UltraSabers blue. So the interesting thing is, though, of course, now that we have this, these are not very thick. And you can do this with UltraSabers too. You can combine them, but I can put both blues in, shake them down, and then we get actually a more uniform, slightly darker blue. So with the blues, we're definitely getting better colors. Yep, I think all the discs came out. Yep. So now we'll move on to the yellows. So here is the yellow UltraSabers as a comparison. Okay, so the UltraSabers yellow is actually not too bad. It's not the the dedicated bright LED yellow, but it's a nice yellow. It's definitely yellow. The blues, where I think it's very subtle, the yellow is definitely a very strong yellow. So we'll put the yellow leaf filter in, Shake it down. And you still get a much brighter yellow. So a lot brighter than the UltraSabers yellow, much stronger color. So I won't do all the reds because there's a lot of reds here to go through. I'll do a couple of those. They are almost universally very light though. Very pink. So this is a very light red / pink. Across the table it goes. That's more of a purple and an orange, and that's kind of a yellow orange, but let's grab this one here. And again, very much a rose pink. So you see that. Now we'll do one of the leaf filters. That in, shake it around. And now we're going with a darker red. I think you see that on the paper, and that's again, that's the difference in the colors. It's not, again, I don't think we're ever going to get the LED red that we see out of a pure red LED, but we definitely get a much stronger red. This is also a nice deep red. There's a little bit of orange in this, and it can be combined. All right, and then we'll go to the purples right quick. So here is the purple UltraSabers disc. And again, you get a hint of it on the paper. It's basically just a very, very, very light purple. It's just a hint of purple there. But if we use the leaf filter, let's see what we get. So throw the leaf filter in, shake it in, and you can almost tell right away the difference in color. And this one actually is a very nice dark purple. It's actually a purple I've been trying to get on some of the other sabers. So it actually is a quite nice purple. So that's actually a really nice win there. The other nice thing you can do, obviously, is you can do some color theory and combine colors. So we can start with a blue. And I'll grab a blue leaf filter here. Drop that in, shake it into place, and then I will grab a red and we'll see what happens. Drop that into place, and it's more of a red purple. So definitely redder, but not as bright red as the other one before. And we can actually play with that again, and we can look at the yellow, and then you can see the yellow, and then we can drop a red into place there, and then we get an orange, and it's actually a really nice orange, really super bright, very orange. And then we can compare that to, we have a couple of oranges here from UltraSabers. Not a bad orange. In some ways kind of a brighter orange than the leaf filters. So if you're looking for orange, this actually isn't too bad. This is actually doable. So that might be an option. We can look at the slightly lighter orange. And again, so it seems like the yellows and oranges in the UltraSabers filters actually work really nicely. The leaf filters work out as well. And then finally, let's see if we can get a green here. Try a blue out of the leaf filter, and then a yellow. It's hard to see the yellow with no light. There we go, got it. And we get a kind of a very lime green. And it's not showing up on the camera at all, which is interesting. Usually we get some color on the paper, but this is, you have to take my word for it, this is just a very muted lime green. For some reason this is showing up white on the paper. And just as a counterpoint, this is a green from UltraSabers. So I'd actually say that their green may be a little better. Now that said, there's nothing stopping us from going through all these leaf filters and pulling out a green filter. I'm trying to do a little bit of color theory and matching colors. There we go. There's a good green. There's a nice, so that's right there, me just matching a couple of other colors. But again, there's nothing in here stopping me from, let's turn the lights on. There's nothing stopping us from coming in here, finding a nice green in the book, cutting it out, and applying that in there. So, you know, which should you go with? I think either are a good option. I mean, there's a green right there. I think both are a good option. I think the obviously the multitude of flexibility you have here with the leaf filters, as long as you don't mind taking some time and cutting out the film and cutting out a circle, it's actually super easy. You can see we weren't going for any type of consistency. Some of these are kind of ragged, but they work great. So it's not like we were looking to stamp them out. So if you have some child labor who can come in and cut these out for you, like I did, it works out pretty well. So again, I don't think there's anything wrong with the discs, but just kind of know what you're getting into. Really, you're looking more at the yellows and oranges side of things, where those are going to be a lot brighter than going with some of these some of the other colors. Again, the reds and blues don't seem to work as well. So that's kind of my recommendation. You can go buy these sample books off of the Leaf Filters website. It took it about maybe a week to get in, if that. I wonder if they understand why they probably get random orders of these from people, and they're like, yeah, I want like 3 or 4 of these books, and they're like, why? It's probably pretty funny. There's somebody over there who's really not sure why their sales numbers from the website trend, especially on these sample books, trend the way they do. But yeah, it's a neat little thing, and again, they're not overly expensive. And if you think you're going to go with the silver blades from UltraSaber, then it's a good option. I definitely want to recommend, if you're going to invest a few bucks into a silver blade, go ahead and get a Leaf Filters book, or try some of the other Leaf Filters books and see what kind of colors you can mix and match. As always, I hope you found this video useful. You can find me on Reddit under /r/Lightsabers. You can get me on Twitter under Darth Dreadog. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video.